I don't hear you, but I don't know why I cannot see you together on the same. I don't hear you, but yok kardeşim ben turnuvayı özlemedim. Yarışmayı özledim. Turnuva ve yarışmak aynı şeyler değil kardeşim. Ben 2018 yılında bıraktım milli takımda yarışmayı. Son kez dünya şampiyonu oldum. 1994'te ilk kez oldum. 2018'de son kez 24 yıl periyot ilk ile son arasında dünya rekoru. Benden sonra en fazla Hacı Murat Zoler 16 yıl. Yeah, I don't hear him and I also... Hello guys, hello. Hello Victor, hello all the guys. Many of you I missed. I'm a little bit early, like 8 minutes early, so they will come soon. Hello to all hardcore, pure arm wrestling fans who are following my channel. Aleyküm selam Şemiz hocam, sen de Allah'a emanet ol. Yeah, Dave Sheffield versus Devon would be nice. Do you guys like East versus West, Enigma of Ray channel to be pure arm wrestling channel, or would you prefer it to be a drama channel? Yes, I am expecting two fans today. Aleyküm selam, Robert. What was the... I don't understand why it doesn't show us like on divided channel. I see him, but probably you guys don't see him. Oh, Randy, sorry, my friends. For drama, you will go somewhere else. You will find arm wrestling here. You may be on the wrong channel. No, I mean, necessary things are okay. Unnecessary things is different, just like all the time talk, like a bee that doesn't produce honey, doesn't make honey. That is bad. That's all my life, I choose like to be the one who is doing it. That's why I won countless world titles. I broke many records that I don't want to mention here. I trained more than 10 world champion arm wrestlers. And now I have organized almost 100 super matches in um, 7 events. So it is good to work. Do you see me?
Yes, yes, I can see you. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I hear you, but I don't know if anyone else can see you, because normally it should be like divided. I don't know why. Separated on the screen, but I don't know why. We just
Maybe
like,
something wrong with the transmission.
I don't know what's wrong with it. Normally we should be like, but whenever I move, the screen this way, it should be showing the third one.
Let me check on YouTube. I'll see if it
No, I
works.
see on YouTube. It doesn't show. No, I mean, the way this setting is, normally there should be like 3 dots at the bottom, and the third one should be showing like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I didn't touch anything since last time.
Maybe I'll try to connect one more time.
No, the other guy who's gonna come from Pakistan also came. It also showed it the same. I don't know from where I can change. No, gallery view. I don't know from where. Gallery view. I mean, normally I was just moving with fingers to the side way, and then it was automatically was coming there. Was that agent sneaky? Engine, I told you this before. Again, you are the best thing that happened to arm wrestling. I don't care if the match is no, I'm not the best thing that happened to arm wrestling. That's drama queens. They just talk shit, but won't do anything for arm wrestling. Those are the best guys.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Okay, now it
Sir,
shows
can you-
all.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I hear you, but do you hear us?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why this is like separated. That way.
No, now it's okay. I'm listening you clearly. Your
No,
voice
no,
is okay.
no. On the screen, it will. Yeah, now it shows 3 of us on the. Yeah, now it looks okay.
Oh yeah, now it works.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, now we are waiting for Matt. Hello, Lagia, Matt. Hello, John. I think you are pulling at Arm Wars this weekend. Am I correct? Wish you guys the best. Arm Wrestling Derek. Hello, my friend. Very excited to see you in May. This will be an amazing event. Nice shirt, by the way. Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. I like that. Somehow I like black t-shirts, and the t-shirts you are giving to me, black, and yeah, Derek is cool guy, friendly guy. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Wild Horse should be coming in a minute. So you guys tell us where you are from, what's your name,
Yeah, so actually, originally I was born in Ukraine. Nevertheless, like 7 years ago, I moved to Poland, and now I am living permanently in Poland. And I train here with the best club in Poland, Niedźwiedzie Orawy. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good to have you here. Thank you for being part of it. And you, Mushahid?
Yes, sir. I'm from Pakistan, Mushahid. My name is Mushahid. I'm 23 years old and doing arm wrestling since 5 years.
Yeah, and welcome. Also, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Matt.
Thank
How's it going, Engin?
It's good to see you. Nice hair. Nice hair.
Yeah. Yeah. You too. Looking good. Hey.
Better than mine for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
I
that look. I had that
need
look before I got this look, right?
Yeah. You know, Sean, he also like connected me with those guys who did your hair, and
Yeah.
then they said they would do it, you know, for
So are
free.
you doing it or what?
I didn't go. I'm so lazy guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You're chicken shit. You're chicken shit. that's the only reason you got me on. You're like, I just wanted to actually see for sure exactly how well it worked to see if you wanted to commit or not, eh?
And like, are you satisfied? It looks good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Like compared to what it was, I got way more of a hairline than I did before, right? So it's still a little thin up top, but they can only do so much with it. So
Yeah.
you can only transfer so much at a time, right? So let it go for a bit, and then I can always go back and get a little more filled in up top if I wanted. So
yeah, as much as it responds, you know, they can do, as you said.
yeah, fuck.
Yeah, actually, it looks naturally, so it seems to be okay.
Yeah, it's not all jagged or straight across like you get some of them. Some of the people get done, right? So
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. And Silky Wilkie, thank you for very generous super chats. Sorry, can't watch the stream, but good day to you all. Say hello to Matt Mask for me. Tell him to turn and burn like a plain propeller. I don't know what that means.
a what popular?
No, propeller.
Oh, turn and burn like a propeller.
Yeah.
On a plane,
yeah.
the propellers, you know.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, and how okay, here is Sean also. Thank you for your super chat. Come on, Engin, get that hair transplant. You won't regret it. Yeah. You're right. But I'm just like they told me so many scary stories. You know, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. It burns or something. You cannot touch water. What was it? A lot of things, I think, that you need to be.
Well, you
careful,
you just can't physically touch it, right? You can't use hot water on it the first couple of weeks or whatever. But it's actually not that bad. It's just, you know, kind of sitting up straight for the first 10 days as opposed to resting your head on a pillow is the only thing, right?
And then 9 hours, you were laying there 9 hours?
8 hours, something like that.
8 hours, wow.
Yeah, fuck, you can just go have a nap, take an afternoon nap.
You can have a nap?
It's over, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But they don't put you in sleep, right?
No, they'll give you Ativan if you want. So,
okay. Yeah,
it just helps you calm down, right?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Anyway, so Matt, how is everything, my friend? How is everything? You choose very, very like you choose Jordan Sonev, that very, very seldom you can see someone can topple him. You managed to do that a few times without the strap, but in strap it is because the guy is tall, long reach, and hooking ability is incredible. And yeah, it was like a very tough matchup, very tough one.
Yeah, no, he definitely impressed me. I wasn't expecting him to be as powerful as he was. I actually thought even if he did get what he needed, I was still going to be able to roll him out, even in or out of the strap. But I'm really starting to learn, especially at this level or at that level, if you are competing, if they get anything that they need, it's game over, right? So it's just a matter. I think it's more a problem of me having to go back to my grassroots, right? So where I initially started, the thing that got me to where I was in the first place, I believe I've kind of lost. I've gotten away from it. I think I've cock blocked myself with the way I've been training. So it's, you know, right now it's just a trial and error, I believe. So going forward.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of experience to meet like people other than North Americans, because they are different. You need to really pull these people to figure out, you know, what it is. And now with the East versus West, the North Americans and the Eastern pullers, often they are meeting. And I think that both sides are learning a lot of things.
Well,
Would you
it's
agree?
something new, right? Like, and it's great that we're actually able to get this opportunity to be able to bang with the Eastern pullers and vice versa with the Eastern pullers with the Western pullers, right? Where it's actually worthwhile going over there, getting a flight, and actually being able to participate in such a thing, right? So I think it's fucking right now is the perfect time to be around in arm wrestling. So
Yes, I'm very happy that, because you are one of those guys that like heavily inspire the fans with your energy, and like it would be so sad to see you. Okay, I'm done. But instead, I saw you made a post. You think I'm gonna go away? No, and then you're gonna just like that. That was like very good to read after the event. Just never give up, my friend. Never give up.
no, and it wasn't me thinking I was going to or contemplating. It was more so addressing some of the comments or some of the videos that were put out there because of my performance recently. And it's like, anybody, yourself very well, that if every time you fucking took a loss, you just walk away from something, or if you tried something and it didn't work, you're just going to give up. You would have been, went to spent 35, 40 years dominating in the sport the way you did, right? It's, anybody that just gives up easily just because of a couple losses or a couple punches in the chin doesn't, I'm doing it because I love it, not because I'm getting notoriety and everything else for it. It's like, yeah, it's great that I'm able to get some of it being involved in the sport, but the whole reason why and how I got to where I was because of the passion that I had for the sport, right? And the passion is still there. It's stronger than it ever has been. So it's, you're going to have to chop my fucking arms off if you want me to quit, right? So
trust me that this nature inspires me more than the people who come, win, and just go away. Just like forever battle is the like thing that I believe in forever. I mean, there is no possibility that you to be on the battleground and never fall down. You lose. In fact, when you refuse to get up, that's why. But some people, because they have never been there, they don't know what we feel, and they like to make fun and like say things to make fun, but never ever make fun with a warrior. I always tell to my student, just go there, lose by being very brave and paying the price before the event, then just going and then shaking your legs, shaking and winning there. You understand? You just go there. You are responsible to fight. That's why we are, I believe warriors. Like not because we win. It's better when we win. It's even the best if you all the time win. But unfortunately, there are two incredibly high level pullers. They meet each other. One of them will lose.
Yeah, somebody's got to lose, right? There's always going to be a loser in every fucking match.
Yeah.
Yeah, because recently you chose really tough opponents, and it was like the highest like the top level athletes. And I mean, before Jordan, like a year ago, you smashed Krasimir because you flashed pin as far as I remember, like 3 times him. So actually I didn't expect such result with Jordan, but maybe his hand is completely different for you than Krasimir's hand, because I always thought like that Jordan and Krasimir are almost on the same level. I mean, so yeah.
No, Jordan is taller and has longer reach. He can come to your side a little bit more, and he can just like go around. While Krasi is not that tall, and his reach is a little bit shorter, and his wrist is strong, but he does a lot of things with his wrist and supination, while I think that Jordan comes a little bit slides around your arm. I don't know.
Different leverage.
Yeah, Matt would know the difference better.
Yeah, definitely that leverage, the length of the arm, especially if you're coming back, allows you to compensate more for that person going backwards because you're able to cover more real estate because your arm is longer, right? Definitely makes a huge difference. I felt that Jordan was stronger than when I had pulled Krasi. Flights could have made a difference on Krasi's end as well too, right? Like coming in just a couple days before Jordan came out, like probably 4 or 5 days before the match, so he was a little more rested. He might have been able to recoup off of the jet lag or whatever. But Jordan definitely did feel more stronger, more powerful than when I had felt Krasi. So, but it's it is what it is, right? It's a matter of just going back to the drawing board. That's kind of why I'm taking this route that I'm going to take now to get back into the East versus West and just kind of start right back at the basics. And I feel if I make a few little mistakes along the way, I still have time to prepare, repair it, and you know what I mean, kind of fine tweak before I get back to that top level. So hopefully that's my plan.
Yeah, by the way,
after your experience with Krasimir, with the dominance against a guy with similar style, do you think that you're a little overconfident because of your effectiveness against hook puller?
I think it definitely did play a role, but I think also I don't think my confidence had a huge part, just because the ups and the downs that I have had, I wasn't really taking Jordan lightly. I really did deep down thought that it was going to be a very similar match with the match that I did have with Krasi, but you know,
what did you learn? What did you learn, Matt? What did you learn?
I found the biggest thing, and it was what's his name that pointed out to me, fucking Troy Eaton. I'm sure you know Troy Eaton, eh, Engen? You know,
yes,
Troy
yes,
Eaton.
very strong guy,
yeah. Been pulling the same amount of time, if not longer than you, right? So. But he's very, very competitive. He's all about like fine tweaks everything in the sport, understands how the draw sheet works. Like he's a very, very technical arm wrestler, very big on where it comes to mental preparation, everything else leading up to it. And I was just shooting the shit with him after the match, and I was like, man, like seems like something's going. Like I never used to get caught into a hook before. Like it never used to happen. My explosivity was a lot more there. I was never the second one out of the gate. I was always the first one out of the gate. And I mentioned, I'm like, fuck, like what the hell's going on? They're saying go, and all of a sudden I'm inside a hook. And I'm like, it just, like, I've never really been caught there so many times as I have been recently. And he actually pointed out, he's like, well, how are you training? Are you training your hits and stuff? So I go through motions and stuff. He says, well, no, when you go up to the table, he says, and you grab on with your guys and you guys go to start going, do you go through your emotion or are you catching all the time? And I says, well, I'm like a lot stronger than everybody I'm training with. So I'm majority of my matches, I'm catching all my matches. And then I slowly work my way back. And he's like, that's your fucking problem. I says, well, how do you figure? He says, because you've created that muscle memory to every time you get up to the table. 99.9% of the time I get up to the table, I start into a negative position before I start to work my way back. And it's become more comfortable for me to do so. The only time I'm actually really going off the goal in hits is in tournament time or competition time, which is once every 4 months or 6 months, or however it works out to be. So I was like, you know, that actually kind of makes sense. First practice I had when I came back, I went to the table and I just went through my motion first. And he said, you know, it's not about smashing everybody in your practices to the pad. It's just about going through your movement first and then letting them get everything and then slowly working for it back. And I noticed as soon as I stepped up to the table, I did it. And the first 5-6 times I went to go through my motion, it was awkward as fuck. Like it literally fell. I was like, holy shit. It was like trying to ride a bike all over again. So I've been really concentrating on that in the last couple of weeks, ever since I pulled Jordan or whatever, is just getting used to being able to initiate my goals, getting used to be the first movement, going through my motions as opposed to catching and trying to work my way back from there. And I think he nailed it on the head. It could be something small, little fine tweak like that to help adjust it. but I really do believe that majority of my matches, if you look at them, I'm hitting the goal 1 out of 5, 6 times, but it's not banged into my position. Like it's almost, I'm there and then I'm trying to fight for it afterwards, right? So
Do you think it was like a think about like pronators, a little bit more pronators, stronger pronator in a defensive way, as a defensive block whenever he hit to not to turn? Because you use your pronator mostly as offensive, right? With the goal to take the hand, you know, not like, you know, like a block that somebody can press, but you still remain, you know. And I will tell you something, Jordan around that weight class, maybe maybe the best guy about hooking ability with someone like Matushenko. Around that weight class, I'm not saying that best hook, he may be one of them, but hooking ability, Ivan Matushenko, Jordan Sonev, those guys' hands and the quickness and the control of the hands and supination and a little bit forward moving and going around your arm, just like incredible. That like
it's real good finesse, right? Like there's no flaws to his initiation into setting the hook. Like he doesn't have a lot of flaws, right? And that's the thing. I actually feel I am faster than him. It's just I wasn't hitting it. I wasn't getting them, right? So it's and it's a trial, right? I could be wrong with this. I could be right with my theory of where I think I'm messing up. But it's, you know, the only way is to dissect it, hit it, go at it dead on, and kind of adjust from there, right? So
I will ask you one question shortly. What was his weight? He looked really big. I never seen him that big.
Yeah, he was. What the heck was he? I think he was close to 260.
You're joking, man.
No, he was 255, 260.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot of things, because this guy was pulling 220, and even in Moldova events in 2018, he was 209. So 220, and you're saying that around 250, even if it's 250, oh, that is different, Jordan. That is probably,
I can say. Definitely, like he's definitely been eating better. Like he's definitely carrying a little more around his midsection than he did, but he's also thicker in other areas. Like I've seen Jordan before. I've never gripped up with him on the table, but you can tell his hand is definitely thicker. His arms are a little thicker. He's got a little more. He's got an extra one less notch on the belt or two, but he's definitely
Jordan. That's not the Jordan we know for sure. That's not.
No, he's definitely leveled up.
Yeah. Because I thought he was big. That's why I was kept. Mushahid, we couldn't talk with you. Mushahid, yes, do you want to have anything to say about this subject, or do you have any question that you prefer to ask our superstar, Matt Mask?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask Matt that who he like to face next, or he want to face somebody.
Well, I got a match right now with Kilochenko in August. Right now, I don't have anybody in my sights. There's nobody I really want to pull right now. There's obviously a few matches I'd like to have back. I'd love to obviously pull what's his face again. Holy fuck, brain farting right now. My big brother just beat him up for me.
You're
not Jordan.
Sandris
just pulled him at last East versus West.
Sandris?
Yeah, I'd love to have a match with Sandris again. Jordan, I'd love to pull again. I just feel once I get my shit back on track. But like as for who I want to pull next, I'm more so just right now. I'm just trying to battle the demons I believe that I have with myself on the table. I want to get myself back to where I feel I should be, and then from there, it's just kind of I just kind of want to get like don't really care who the hell it is. It's more just getting myself back on par, getting back up to that elite level, back in East versus West and all those other super matches where I feel I belong. And from there, it's pretty much whoever's standing in front of me or whoever's next or whoever promoters want me to pull. I really, really don't care. I really don't care.
Are you going to compete the qualification East versus West in Canada?
Yeah, I'm going to Toronto April 8th. That's kind of going to be my little, just to kind of figure out exactly how my process is going over the next couple of months. Cause I don't want to take 6 months off and just concentrate on training something and then hit an elite person again and realize, no, I've been fucking training wrong the whole fucking time. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of a training tool for me. I've been working on some things, feeling to get my goes and my hits back. So I'm going to hit this tournament April 8th in Toronto at that Jason Constantine's putting on. I think it's going to be a sick event. So we're attending that. I'm going to hit that one and I can use that as how did I do? If I make a mistake, I still feel there's a chance where I can catch the person. I can still recover from there. But at least I'm going to be like, okay, I kind of missed that goal. I mean, fine tweak this a little bit more, a little fine tweak that. And then I'll have 2 months to prepare after that before finals in Virginia. And then from there, I can fine tweak it again before I have a match against Killichenko and I'm competing. Hopefully,
you choose another very tough opponent with Kalnishenko. Very tough one.
Yeah. But different style than what I've been pulling lately, right?
Beating Kalnishenko will prove a lot of things if you can. Seriously, like Kalnishenko, you saw with him with Desarano, he was beating him 2-0. Desarano is really, really like elite level puller, like many time WAF world champion. And Mushahid, I read on the chat that you are a national champion. Is that true in Pakistan?
No, sir.
No, you are not. Okay, somebody wrote here, so probably they were just fooling around, Yeah. But you are an arm master? You pulling?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
5 years.
For 5 years you have been competed. Yeah. Yes, did you win any medal in any local event or something?
Most of the time I won super matches, but in the tournament I lose.
Okay.
I somehow managed to win.
That's good. That's good. Matt, this is our new format. We are with the fans together. So these guys and you guys can be, close to each other. That is our new format. So they really like to be together with the superstars as yourself.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I still don't believe that I can freely talk with you.
Yeah, it's fine, man. I'm just a regular dude, just like you guys. I love the sport when I started too, right? So
yeah. Nothing to think like big, Okay, Ivan, how about yourself? You just fan or you are also an athlete?
No, I'm professional arm wrestler. Like I was second on Polish national.
Wow.
In a month we have another Polish national championship, and if I will be able to win or at least become second, so I will start to looking for an opportunity to maybe East versus West qualification. So
you're gonna go Riga?
My target.
Riga, or are you planning to go Riga or?
Maybe, but I will see how my shape looks like in our national competition in a month, and I will know if it works or I still need to work more on my shape.
I understand, my friend. And you, Ivan, you have any question for?
Yeah, actually, Matt, I have few questions. So first question, maybe because I saw a quite interesting video. I mean, after your match with Jordan, Devon pulled Jordan and actually Devon holded him quite easily. Nevertheless, after that, you also pulled Devon and Devon really struggled with you. So it means that you know how to arm wrestle Devon or how can you explain that? Or it was just
I think it's a combination of a couple different factors. Me and Devin have been pulling each other for many years. I do believe the angle that I do attack is a little bit of a soft spot for Devin, but it's also, I don't think my power level isn't there with these guys. Like I was saying, I think it's like, I was even confused. I was talking with Devin after, like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, dude, it's something small, it's something simple, it's something little that you're missing that you're doing now that you weren't doing before. So I think my power level is fairly close to where it should be, or it is where it should be. It's just a matter of me getting my hits and my goals and everything else again, if that makes sense.
So in 2 words, only some technical adjustments, and after that you think that you will be able to, to compete with Jordan, for example, on the same level?
I don't think it's I think it's just small little tweaks. It's something very, very little. Because even afterwards, me and Jordan, we gripped up with each other, and he wasn't dominating me like he was in the super match. I was able to get the hand control I wanted, take him close to the pin. I was holding him down there. Like it wasn't a complete domination by him in any means whatsoever. It was a full struggle the whole way, right? So it's I do believe it's very something similar, something small. Same with Sandres. When I gripped up with him after our match, I just want to feel there's no way you should have done that to me. And it was the same scenario. He wasn't going through me in any way whatsoever. And after pulling is completely different, but you can still kind of gauge a little bit of the strength level. You just don't have that explosiveness, the goals, the hits, and everything like you do when you're actually competing, right? So.
Understand. And Matt, while you are preparing to your super match, so do you prefer to work with weights or do you prefer table time like Devon does?
I like both. I'm a firm believer that table time is key. So I concentrate on table time as number one, and then I use my weights for what I feel I've lacked or what I may need in between to be able to compensate for it. So if I have 25 guys show up to practice, my arms are beat to shit. The next day when I go to do my weights and I pick them up, I'll grab, say, 50, 60 pounders. I go to lift them once or twice. They feel a little sore in my muscles. I'll put them down. I'll grab 20 pounders. I'll do more sets, lighter weight, just to get that blood flow, help with the recovery. If I have, say, we only 6 or 7 guys show up to practice and I didn't get a really good workout, then the next day I'll use the weights to compensate for that workout that I didn't get. So I'll grab heavier weights and I'll just lift them heavier, right? So it's for myself, I try to keep my body more around that 70% range when I'm training all the time. I try not to dip too much below it. I find if I dip too much below, I'm injuring myself. If I'm hovering too much above it, I'm not getting a good enough workout. So I try to keep myself around that 70%, whether it's, blood flow recovery in between with weights or heavier weights to try to keep myself more beat down. So it's always about table time for me, and then weights are just the filler in between.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mishait, my friend, just tell us about your favorite arm wrestler.
My favorite arm wrestler is Denis Saplenko.
Denis Saplenko. Why do you like him so much?
Because when I was not an arm wrestler, I have Facebook account and I used to watch Denis Saplenko videos.
Can you talk a little bit louder? I hardly hear you. I cannot hear you.
Now you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was having a Facebook account so long ago, and when I was not an arm wrestler, but I used to see Denis Saplenko's videos, and I see his more and more videos and got involved into arm wrestling just because I love his pulling style. He came back from very unfair positions, like especially if you see his matches with Pushkar.
Yeah, always coming through here and then recovering from there. Yeah.
So I get more interested in arm wrestling and started with my friends, and so that's it. So from there I used to get. Yes,
I understand. And you have another question for Matt?
Table practice. He was talking about table practice that he prefers more table time. So I want to ask him that he did it on a weekly basis, or if he needs more rest, or he rests long. Because when we do table practice weekly, then sometimes another week, when it's next week, we feel pain in our arms. So how he recovers, basically.
Yeah, so you can't compare Devin to everybody else. A lot of people, I'm going to train 6 days a week like Devin does. Don't do it. Like it's nobody but Devin can do what Devin does for the amount of training that he actually does. Like every one of us other arm wrestlers, even on that top level, we're all fucking human. And that pain that you get, if we train too much, we feel that pain too. So the biggest thing I find with me being able to do as much table time as I possibly can is over those years, every time you get that muscle pains and stuff like that, it's about knowing your limits. Everybody has limits, obviously, except for Devin, but there's certain limits where you'll know when you train a little too hard. The next time you go to grip up, if you lift any weights, you get that toothache pain, that pain in your bone kind of deal. You've went a little too hard to practice before, so you almost want to tickle that edge every time, but you don't want to exceed it, because if you exceed it, you're going to get the muscle pain, the bone aches, and everything else that you did from the week prior, right? So it's more about learning, I believe, what you can handle. There'll be some practices where I'll go on where I'm feeling good and I can train for fucking 2 hours straight, no problem. The next day I don't have any aches and pains and I can go ahead and train again. And then there's some practices where I'll go on and I'll start to feel my muscles acting in a way that they did when I start to get that pain. And I'll be like, okay, I think the rest of practice, I'm not going to continue to push as hard. I'm just going to go through more motions, get some blood flow, stuff like that. So it's every time you get to the table, it's not about having to put 100% effort into every single match and every time you get to the table. Sometimes just going through motions with 50, 60% effort is what you need, right? So I think it's just trying to go too hard all the time will give you that pain, but you can train every single day. It's just a matter of not pushing too hard over that limit, right? And the more you do it, the more you're going to be able to withhold, right?
It's also about, like, you need to get to know yourself. Like, do not just listen from other people and do the exact thing that you hear. You need to know yourself, and you need to know yourself. You may be built different than others, as Devon is, and also, like there is nothing like, as he said, like there is nothing like training. It's like there are different type of trainings. Like there are different type of things to consider. How much you force in, what you are training. Is it dynamic training or static training? Whatever, just so basically you need to listen to your body and make decisions. You can't go that, you cannot have a mindset that I will do this, and after this training, before you do, you cannot say that you will rest this match and then I will do this next, I will do this next. You need to really do it and then decide what we need to do.
And you'll never know what's too much until you've at least done it too much a couple times, right? You know what I mean? Like, you'll never know, okay, this is where my limit is. And unless you've actually succeeded it and gone past that limit to where you hurt yourself, you don't really know what that is. So you kind of almost have to go past it a little bit sometimes. You'll just tickle it for 6 months and then, I think I can push a little harder. Oh, no, that kind of fucking set me back for a week. You know what I mean? So then you really got to bring it back, more blood flow work for a week or two, and then you can slowly start pushing and tickling it again, right? So
yeah, there is a few super chats. Kirsten, your friend, Prodigy, Kirsten, great podcast like always. Matt, sunny days are coming, buddy. Everyone will have his ups and downs. Keep at it and ignore people who tell you to quit. Thank you, my friend. And one more, I saw super chat down here somewhere. again, Sean, thank you, my friends. There is some interference or background noise coming from Mushait. Mushait, this sound coming from you. I think you're holding all the time the microphone. It makes like all the time. Just try not to play with microphone that often. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Can he get muted when not talking, please? Maybe he can try to replug in his microphone. Maybe you mute your microphone when you are not talking, and then you turn on, because the sound coming all the time. You cost Sean $6.99 Canadian dollar to say this. Anyway, so Matt, have you seen the cards, the upcoming East versus West?
Yeah, I've seen some of the matches that you got going on, so I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So.
Yeah. And are there anyone that you, Emir? Are there anyone that you are like? I'm sure that you are very interested in Devon versus Gennady, but we have some other matches as well. By the way, Ivan, you follow East versus West, my friends?
Yes, sure. All the time.
Yeah, you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Every time I buy pay-per-view and we are watching and we have like sparring session with our friends.
And together at the same time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. And Mushahid, you ever watched East versus West?
Yes, sir, I'm following.
You like
watching.
it?
Yes,
you
sir,
like it?
very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. Thank you. And let's talk about some of these matches. And okay, Matt, Rob versus Zurab.
What's that? Sorry.
Rob Vigens versus Zurab Taberidze.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But it's just interesting to see where Vigen's going to be at, right? Because last time he competed was against Sasha, which was at Armours, was what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah. So it's. I know he's obviously been training. It looks like he's been training. He's always got that same bulging fucking bicep, massive hands. Very difficult to deal with if you haven't really pulled with a big hand before. So I'm more interested to see exactly what kind of shape RBJ is in after being off for as long as he has been. So that's going to be the telltale. If RBJ is on, that motherfucker is on. If he gets into his head or starts to get into a little bit of a slouch, he starts to go downhill pretty quick. But if he's on, it's he puts on a hell of a show. So
yeah, do you think that the American team around him will like motivate him, because he will have some guys that he has been friends for many years, and now they are at the same team, traveling overseas, like Pauline, like Douglas, like Dave Chaffee, and there will be Adam, there will be Cody Merritt, there will be Devon there. And like, do you think that his psychology will be better than the time?
I don't know if it'll be any better, because like all those people that you've listed, we've all competed at tournaments and hung out in matches, like after matches, before matches, at WL events and everything together as well in the past. So I don't know if it's gonna really help him. I don't think it's gonna hurt him in any way. I think maybe the long travel, because he's not really used to competing any further than 3 or 4 hours from his own house, that may have an effect on him.
He's arriving 4 days before. I think he will get used to with.
That'll give him enough time.
I think Tuesday, as far as I remember, I think arriving on Tuesday, but we will see. Maybe I misremember. But you are saying that it's a close match?
I think it could be interesting. Yeah, and it all depends on on, like I said, where RBJ actually is. Because I know just if you take so much time off, you're not hitting them tournaments, you're not getting them goals, or see if you haven't been training the exact same. Like a lot of shit can play in a factor, right? As opposed to somebody that's a little more used to actually being a little more competitive. Like RBJ, we don't know. RBJ's been stuck in a box for the last 2 years. We don't know where he's at, right? So
Yeah, I understand. And Ivan, how do you see this?
Yeah, actually, as Matt said, everything depends on how good is RVG right now. Nevertheless, I see like great improvement from Zurab, because as far as I remember, I mean, when he competed in WAF, he used to lose his wrist oftenly. But now I see like his last super matches, it seems that he straightened his wrist. And I think that Rob probably will not be able to take his wrist. And I think that if he will not take his wrist, so Zurab will win it easily.
And I will ask Matt, Prokopchuk versus Doug Ehrlich.
that's going to be a tough one for my man Dougie, that's for sure. So, but Dougie definitely has. I think he has a more leverage advantage. Doug's another thing where he hasn't really been active in the sport, except for, you know, a month and a half, 2 months leading up to his match against Coach Ray. So it's really hard to say. I don't think Coach Ray would have given him much more of a go. So it's a tough one. Like Porch, I'm gonna butcher his fucking name, but Porch, how do you say his name?
Prokopchuk.
Prokopchuk.
Yeah. When you said like pork chop, I was like, what does a pork chop have to do with this?
Yeah.
I thought you said pork chop. Yeah.
Like he is impressive. He's such a small little dude, but that lock that kid has in his arm is
Still joints.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like Dougie, I believe, is going to get him into some dangerous waters. But unless Doug's able to finish him quick, we're really going to see what kind of stamina Doug has. Because like that lock that he has when he gets close to that pin pad rate, about that 90-degree mark, it's something fierce to be able to break through, right? So I think Doug's really, I'm cheering for Doug on this one, but I think Doug's really going to have to dig deep on this one. So and he ain't gonna want to showboat if he feels comfortable. He doesn't want to. He just wants to get them over with, because round 3, round 4, that's where it's really gonna matter, right?
Yes. Mushahid, how do you see that match? Do you know both athletes?
I know Daniel Prokopchuk. I know him. What is that guy's name?
You don't know Doug Ehrlich? How do you pronounce his name, Matt?
Elrich.
Yeah. You don't know. Okay, I will ask you another match that you know, because you only know Prokopchuk. It's impossible to compare, you know, if you don't know the other guy. I ask you, Ivan, how do you see?
Yeah, but you know, actually, I tried to look for some matches with Doug Elrich, or how pronounce it? Elrich. Yeah, I saw some matches, but to be honest, I cannot imagine right now. I mean, in my mind, the way how he can win against Daniel, because Daniel, I mean, he has everything. His stamina is wonderful. His power is also awesome. So we will see. But I really hope that he will be able, I mean, to show something against Daniel.
I understand. Okay, let's go with Cody Merritt versus Alizan Muradov. You know the Kazakh guy? Did you see him in last event?
I don't know much about him. I know Cody.
This guy weighed 209 and won the WAF Wars in super heavyweight. He competed super heavyweight and he won. Except one match, he really dominated everyone. And he just came to East versus West and he beat Oleg Petrenko 3-0. And Oleg Petrenko, 4 years ago, at that time it was 3 years ago, a little bit more than 3 years and 2 months or something, he beat David Dadik and Zloty Tur at 209.
Okay,
But
yeah. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
yeah. And but this guy, Alijan Kazakh guy beats Oleg Petrenko is the one that faced John Burzink. One event before Irakli, yeah. And Alijan beat him as well. And he's gonna face now Cody Merritt. And Cody Merritt is probably, we can say comfortably, that like in top 3 in US with left arm. I mean, not US, only maybe North America.
Yeah, there's not many. I don't think there's many people that can touch Cody in North America with the left arm. So
yeah,
like in that super heavyweight division, Cody's proven himself time and time over again, right? So
yeah. But you don't know the other guy well enough?
I don't know him super well, but like I seen his match with Oleg, and he's a dangerous dude, like a very, very dangerous dude.
Do you remember the match?
Cody's such a massive man, and Cody knows how to arm wrestle too, right? Cody's probably going to be going in there with 180 pounds on this kid. So
yeah, probably, yeah. But again, this guy competed WAF World Super Heavyweight and he won there. So this guy, yeah. You know, I have seen this guy winning a Russian event where Morozov, I think, could make top 3, probably, or maybe Morozov was. I'm talking about left arm, about probably 1.5 years ago. So this guy is light, but he's incredibly strong guy. And Mushahid, do you know these guys, Alijan and
Yes,
Cody?
I think Alijan has more chances to win because he is very explosive, and as he shows his performance in last WAF event, as he dominated super heavyweights. So I think more chances to him, but Cody is also strong and he is also heavy. But let's see. I think it's more for Alijan Muratov.
Alijan Muratov, slightly favorite, but both are dangerous guys. That's what you are saying. Yeah, before I missed, there was a super chat. I think maybe even 2. Logan Misiak asked the whole panel their top 3 arm wrestlers all time. My top 3 all time are John Burzink, Denis Shplenkov, and Levan. Thank you for your super chat. Who are your top 3 arm wrestlers of all time? When he said the top 3, does he mean the top 3 strongest? Probably that. All are super heavyweights and successful guys. But who are your top 3 arm wrestlers of all time, Matt?
Mine. I'm old school, so for me, it's always been Brzezinski, Ron Bath, and Devin, right? Like that's who inspired me the most. Brzezinski, his finesse, his ability to be able to pull in any angle on the table, his ability to top roll. Ron Bath, just his raw, brute fucking strength, never giving up, doesn't matter what position he's on the table. And Devin, because he's Devin, right? You know what I mean? We're good buddies. We're friends. We got that friendship plus the inspiration and how he's inspired me over the years, right? To continue to push. So
yeah, much more to say about him than friendship for sure. And yeah, and yours, Ivan?
I mean, first and second place, it is for sure. John Burzink, probably it is first place. Second place, it is Devon Larratt. And for third place, it is really difficult to put. I mean, somebody for me, because I can also put you, because you were able to win a lot of WAF titles. Yeah, with your weight, you were able to compete with stronger and bigger guys. So it means a lot. And I also really like your technique, how you perform.
Thank you. So you guys are actually saying your favorite arm wrestlers, not the strongest top 3, but and you, Mushahid?
Yes, sir. First, Denis Shplenkov, as I like him. And secondly, Alexei Voyvoda, and third is Levan Saginashvili.
Okay, all three Eastern guys. You are fan of Eastern guys. You are a hardcore Team East fan, as far as I understand. Yeah. Alessio, thank you for your support, my friend. Thank you for your support. And let's go to the next one. Adam Wojcinski, Bacho Saginashvili met. This Bacho guy, I saw him when he was like 14 or 15 years old. He was pulling sub-junior category at the Waffles. And he won, like under 15 years old. After that, because of pandemic and some problems between Georgian Federation and World Federation, these guys never had opportunity to pull anywhere. But now, Levan, Gennady, all Georgians, they are talking so highly. The guy is either 18 or 19 years old, most likely 18 years old. And they say even in hook, he is 50-50 with Zurab. And with outside, maybe slightly better than Zurab, they say. And they say, like, I'm afraid I didn't ask, good that I didn't ask. If I would say, can he beat John? I'm afraid that they will say, yes, he would beat him too. But they didn't say
They're a
such.
little biased in Georgia, eh?
Yes, they are. But like it kind of excites me. You understand? Because we used to be young, and we need like new guys. That's also the reason. Like Adam may not be as young as Pacho, but Adam is also a new hope. I saw the potential. Whenever I set the match, most of the people said, "Oh, what are you doing? That is gonna kill him, not feel him, this and this." And I said, "Let's see," and then we saw that he was stronger. So, how do you see this match? Do you think it's possible anyone 18 years old just come outside of Georgia and then suddenly beat a world class puller?
I don't think it's going to happen like that. Anything's possible, I believe, with this sport, like especially what we've seen in the last couple of years. But yeah, obviously, my favorite would be Adam going into that match, right? So
yeah, but even if Pacho gives him a good match, still I will be impressed. Like that young.
Absolutely, and then that's just me. Like he's still a puppy, right? Like 18 years old. You don't even know yet, right? Like he just learned how to fucking shave. Like he's
Adam, yeah. I would set Adam like I want Adam to go, like I want him to like very soon. If he passes this one, I want to set Adam with someone very, very high level, very high level. Maybe not a title match, but something like close to them. Yeah, something like Zurab, someone like Zurab. Yeah. Anyway, so and Ivan.
Actually, for me, it is pretty interesting because I've seen recently some videos with Bacho, how he weighted like really huge weights. And I mean, like Georgian school of arm wrestling is really good. Like we have Irakli as an example because he was like 18 and 20 years old and he won everything. So it means nothing that Bacho is young, that he's 19 years old, but I think that he will
did you
a
say
lot.
He was 18 and 20, he won everything, you said?
Yeah, I mean, because when Irakli was 19 and 20, he was already competing on WAF and he won a lot of medals. I mean, gold medals.
Yeah. I mean, no, he never won WAF. You're talking about juniors.
Yeah.
Juniors is different. This guy is also junior champion, but I think he didn't win any WAF. Irakli didn't win any WAF. Yeah, I think he took second to Talgat.
Yeah, but what is in my mind, the match when Irakli was able to win Makarov, when Makarov was really dominant on everyone and Irakli was able to win him.
Yeah, because once you top roll Makarov, he cannot resist super, but even you topple Talgat, he still puts his shoulder and he can still go that way. But yeah, as you said, if Talgat and Makarov would meet, Makarov would beat Talgat. And Talgat beat Irakli, and Irakli beat Makarov. This is the beauty of arm wrestling, the
Yeah.
styles. But I don't see Talgat beating Makarov inside because he doesn't have any ability to go outside. Anyway, so and how do you see this match?
I think that it will be like good fight. Nevertheless, Adam Wawrzynski is a real deal, and it can be a lot. I mean, for the first match for Bacho. Nevertheless, we will see. We will see what happens.
Yeah. And another good one, Matt. Pauline versus Sasha.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Paulin's obviously showing that he's the man who deserves to be where he's at. Sasha, that's another dude that in that 200-pound weight category was right up there with being the best of the best, right? So I honestly think this is probably by far going to be Paul Lynn's toughest challenge yet.
Mm-hmm.
So and Sasha hasn't really, besides when he pulled RBJ, he hasn't really been active, I don't think, since then, has he?
He pulled WAF Wars, and he won.
Oh, he did? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In 2021, I think his right side was injured. I think he skipped that one. Clerman won over Zolev. And 2022, he won in Antalya WAF Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be Paul's toughest challenge. Obviously, I want to see Paul win. Paul's been on a fucking crazy streak. I'd love to see him keep that streak going, right? But it's Sasha's a bad fucking dude. He is a bad dude. Like I can honestly see Sasha coming in, and there's not a person under that 200-pound class that's going to be able to do anything with him. So, like, I can see him going right to the freaking top and staying there for a very long time. So,
yeah, like I learned one thing after all those matches, that you shouldn't underestimate Paul. I'm not talking to you, but anyone. Like, Paul is very.
I'm not underestimating Paul in any means whatsoever, but I'm just going off of Sasho's track record in the past and where the level that I believe he was at. And I think Paul is very, very close to that level. I don't know if he's there yet, but Paul is right fucking there. So, and I really do think if Sasha comes in 100% healthy, this will be Paul's toughest challenge. And if Paul pulls this off, well, then that just goes against anybody. Nobody can say shit about Paul anymore. You know what I mean? Or, oh, well, what's his face wasn't fully trained or anything else. It's like, no, that motherfucker deserves to be holding that helmet and wearing that fucking shield, right? So
Yeah. And Mushait?
Yes, sir. I'm agree with Matt Mask as he said that it's a very tough match, and Sasha has also a good record in the past, and Paulin is also he's also dominating in East versus West. So yes, it's very hard to predict.
Yes,
but it will be a war.
Yeah, I believe so. Pauline is mentally very strong guy, and he is one of those few guys that you would say a true professional. He started arm wrestling very late, but his professionalism is inspiring me. The way he prepares, the way he takes seriously the things, like mental strength, everything. The guy is just like I can say that he's one of my favorite arm wrestlers. Don't get me wrong. I'm an organizer. I really don't care who wins up there as long as the match is fair and square. But that guy is really, he deserves to be respected. Not only his results, but the way that he prepares himself. Like, the guy is incredible. And Brandon versus Samusha, Matt.
Who, sorry?
Brandon Elsesor versus Samusha, David Samusha.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. He's been fucking killing it lately too, right? So I think
Yes,
he's
beat
definitely
Kretschmer.
he's definitely I believe earned his right to be representing the West at the
Yes.
East versus West over his performance. I even think he was probably a year ago. People should have been picking him for these big matches because he's been proving himself over and over and over again. And it's about time like that you're able to, and people are actually starting to recognize him as one of the better arm wrestlers in North America, even though he's been ranked as one of the better arm wrestlers in North America for quite a while. They've kind of been pushing him underneath the radar, but he's a bad dude, man. He's showing that he can pull anywhere on the table. Even when he gets his hand bent back, he still hangs in. He's able to get his hand back to where he needs to. He can pull into a press. He can pull in a top roll. He's someone that just doesn't fucking give up, right? The heart and everything else that he brings to the table is what you want, right? Like it's really, you want that amount of determination and ability to fucking not give up during a match. So how he's going to pull against the Beats, I don't know. It's different, right? Because that's the thing. Brandon, I don't think has ever traveled outside of North America to compete before. You know, it's different going over to pull these Europeans, and us North American pullers. It's a different breed pulling some of them Eastern pullers that, you know, especially if Brandon goes inside with some of these guys, like they're like the inside power that the Western pullers or the Eastern pullers have, I believe is definitely stronger than the majority of our Western pullers. So, or they do, except for the odd exception with Hutchins and stuff like that. I do believe that the Eastern pullers do have a lot more connectivity inside, stronger elbows than what we have here in the West, right?
But do you believe that to progress to the next levels, these kind of events is the event to like process that next level?
Oh, and that's the thing. Brandon can compete in North America as much as he wants for the next 5 years, but I don't think unless he actually does a couple rounds over in East versus West, he's not going to hit that full potential. He needs to be pulling some of the more Eastern pullers as opposed to the Western pullers, because it's a different breed, right? Like different breed, different styles. So I don't think he's going to be able to get to that top level unless he actually tests himself at that level. And Brandon, it actually seems like the more he tests himself, the more he's able to progress to that level.
Yes, right? yes. You are not gonna like overnight, come to the next level if you never be part of that competition level. You will never.
And chances are you're probably going to fail at that level once or twice, unless you're Paul Lynn, where you come in right out of the fucking gate and be like, I'm the motherfucking man. You know, you're probably going to go to that level or compete at that top level and fail a little bit. If anything, you're going to be walking away better than you were before you went into it, right? So, and I think this is going to be a real good push, a real good motivation drive for Brandon. And the amount of motivation and push and everything else that he's had just on his own, just in North America, wanting to compete here, that it's, I pretty much like he has pretty much the same amount of dedication that Paul Lynn has. The amount of training that he's doing, the amount he keeps pushing.
That guy
does not give a shit what anybody fucking says. The next fucking day he's in the gym pushing it just as hard as he was the week before, right?
Yes.
And that's why he's going to East versus West, right?
Yeah.
So
I have been following him almost for 3 years. That big guy, I mean, he has his own dreams.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. He has
I'm not stupid. And I'm not dumb in what I believe. All you motherfuckers out there are wrong for not believing him. Is the mentality that
that's why, I thought, okay, it's time for this guy. That is why. And now he has the world title match. In fact, I offer him a 95 kilo category match, but it wouldn't be a world title match. But he chose to have the world title match. So yeah, because better motivation, better motivation. A harder one, harder goal, but a better motivation. He didn't want to have an easier step.
You got to have respect for a guy that has that much belief and determination in himself. And then not only just the belief and determination, you can see that he's putting in the work with the posts and everything he's making, but he's actually backing that shit up. Like every single time he goes to pull somebody, he's pretty much shocking the world and beating them when people think he didn't have a chance, right? Like even though fucking Travis Bajan was all washed up, like you got to fucking win in the left arm on fucking Travis Bajan. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to struggle a lot more with Craig Tooley. I really thought Craig was probably going to dominate. And fucking Brandon. Brandon, which was horrible for fucking Craig 3 weeks before he goes to pull East versus West, ends up having to pull Brendan Alcester, and fucking Brandon fucking gives him the fucking match of his fucking life. So. But Brandon definitely deserves to be at East versus West. So I'm excited to see how he performs there too myself. So
And Ivan?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I'm not really acquainted with Brandon. Nevertheless, I've seen a lot of matches of David Samusha. I remember his impressive performance on Zloty Tour, when he was able to take a medal in the open absolute class. And I think it will be a tough challenge for both opponents, because as you described, I mean, opponent of David. So now I think that it is good opponent for David Samusha.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Arif Ertam versus Georgi Dizeranov. Man.
Who's Artem Poland?
Arif Ertem versus Georgi Dizeranov. Georgi is the one that pulled Bortalato and Kalinishenko and beat both of them 3-2.
Oh, okay. Georgie.
You remember the Kazakh guy?
Yeah, Georgie.
Kalinishenko was beating him 2-0. He came back and beat him 3-2. Yeah. And the other guy is, Arif Ertem.
Yeah, I know Arif. Yeah. That's geez, I don't know. Arif looked pretty dominant in this last fucking match against Cody too, right? So was very impressive. Very impressive. So, but Georgie's a bad dude. I really like Georgie. I got to hang out with Georgie a shit ton after the event. Me, Artem, Georgie, and then my boys that I went with fucking all got to hang out. So Georgie, he is becoming one of my favorite arm wrestlers out there right now. Even though he lost his matches, he's really starting to,
Matt, do you realize that East versus West is not only East versus West, but also a bridge between East and West, that people are really getting to know each other and becoming friends, It's like, as you said, like you had good time, because Artem Taranenko probably translated for you what Georgi was saying. Yeah.
So and it's great because we know we've already have one thing in common, right? You know what I mean? One thing in common, that one of the biggest passions, you know what I mean, in our lives. So it's definitely not hard. And it's great to actually, interact with other athletes that are on the same level, that have the same amount of passion as you. It may be hard to have conversations with each other. Like we sat there for about 4 or 5 hours having conversations with each other using Google Translate, right? He'd say something in Google, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, okay, just hang on. He'd say it, and then I'd read it, oh, okay, and then I'd say my story, and then 5 minutes later, he'd be able to read it, then he'd start laughing, right? So, but,
And how do you see this match? Who's winning here?
I really don't know. I like Arif. I love the style. I'm a top roller. I love the fucking top rollers. Georgie's got a massive hand. Like, I'm sure you've shaken Georgie's hand. Like, Georgie's got one of them. He's got a hand like RVJ. It's just a natural fucking
Matt, whenever I organize East versus West, and then often we have like guests like Dennis and Levan and all those guys, when you shake, I don't really realize at that moment, whenever like I say, hi, how are you to all of them, the hands doesn't impress me so much, because like you probably 2 minutes ago, I shook the hand of Dennis. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah, but you can, I don't know. For me, it's, I
didn't remember. I kind of didn't remember.
Hand, right? Every time I shake somebody's hand, it's just something that resonates to me. And Georgie has a hand where it's like, holy shit, this is a dangerous fucking hand. So I'm gonna have to give my slight favor edge to Georgie. And maybe that's because we bonded really good after the tournament, is why I'm going with him. But I'm going to go with Georgie on that one. I think Georgie's going to knock Arif down a step. But Arif's so fucking impressive on his last go too. So,
okay. And Mushahid?
Yes, sir. If it is a top roll war between these two, Georgie and Arif, I think Arif will have more chances. But if it's hook, then inside Georgie is also strong. So
I understand.
It will also.
So you are saying that Arif will take the handle? Is that, I don't know if it goes inside?
Yes, if they both try to top roll, then Arif will take his hand. But if Georgie goes inside, it will be very hard for Arif to resist.
Yeah, but do you think he can go inside?
he was able to do it with Kalashchenko.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yeah, but don't you think that Arif beat Corey more dominant way than Alex Kurdecha did? He also had very good back pressure, but we're talking about mostly about Arif's side pressure, the direct. When you are trying to hook, I have seen Gennady trying to hook Arif, and Arif flapping him at Europeans 2016. Yeah. So I mean, it isn't. I'm not saying nobody can do. I have seen Alexander Getalo did, but it is not that easy. It's not that easy, but we will see how it will be. It can go anywhere. If the match stops in an equal position, this Zerano has a very good chance to win. But the match may just end up with flash pin as well. We will see. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go to the Laletin versus Tobias match. Left arm.
That's gonna be well. We'll see how Tobias's arm is feeling after his injury that he had, right? So
no, he didn't have injury with arm. He had the belly hernia.
Oh, hernia. Well, even then, right? Like that's your abdomen. That's core. Your core muscle is, the heart of it all, right?
Yeah, but he had surgery. They put a piece there. Everything is fixed. He's even healthier than before. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's not affecting him, I'm gonna have to go. Like, as much as Tobias is really starting to be impressive, he's really starting to make waves, and he's still young. Isn't he like 25 or something like that?
Yeah.
Like he's still a fucking puppy, right? So it's. I think I think if this match was to take place in 2 or 3 years from now, I would go with Tobias. As for right now against Vitaly, I don't think Tobias would be able to hold up Dave Chafee as much as Vitaly did. I don't think he has quite the strength of Dave Chafee. And I'm gonna have to go with Vitaly as the heavy favorite on this one, just because the experience that he has, the leverage advantage. Tobias, when was the last time Tobias pulled somebody with that long of an arm like Vitaly? And Vitaly is very explosive. Vitaly can bang in a hook. Vitaly can bang in a top roll, and not just with regular arm wrestlers, like with some of the strongest arm wrestlers in the world, like Dave Chafee. And I still believe Dave Chafee is one of the top 3, top 4 strength wise on arm wrestlers that we have in the world. And Vitaly was able to give him a fucking hell of a fucking match, right?
Yeah.
So
I will just say something. When I won my first Worlds, I was 19 years old. I still didn't turn 20. When John won, over the top, he was what, 21, 22?
Yeah, he was just a puppy.
Yeah. Just I think that like generations are getting a little bit like different. That used to be when you say like 20, okay, he became a man. Now we see like, oh, he's still like this, he's still like that. I think older generations, sorry to say, but I think it was tougher.
Yeah.
And you, Ivan?
Yeah, actually, I think that Vitaly's left hand is even stronger than his right hand. Also, Tobias, as far as I know, he cannot hook, so he will probably top roll Vitaly. And I think that the riser of Vitaly's hand is too much for Tobias. He will just, just go through his riser.
But does he not do low hand top roll?
I don't know, but probably I think that he will fight with Tobias. I mean, by generally using his riser like this way.
Yeah. So you are saying that probably against the hook pullers he is using this, but against top pullers, he's right. Yeah. About the right and left, like comparing Vitaly's right and left, I have seen in same event, Zaranov is just flashing him with left arm, and him flashing Zaranov with right arm.
But it was during WAF, yeah, like 100.
Yeah. But the same event, right and left. Zaranov easily beat him left arm in strap back pressure and quick top roll or maybe outer side pressure, and the same he beat Zaranov with the right arm. There is a super chat. Dizzy does. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the incredible events you provide for the community. You are my favorite puller of all time. Legend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I think you are saying this to me, but yeah, because I am the only organizer. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate. And okay, another one. It's getting tougher and tougher. Dave Chafee versus Revas.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one too, isn't it?
but that's why it's
I don't know who it's going to be tougher for. If it's going to be tougher for Dave or it's going to be tougher for Rawaz. So
I think both of them are very tough match.
I think like Rawaz, I think might have a little bit more of a stamina advantage over Dave, but I think Dave's initial off the beginning, I think maybe a little more power. So I think this one is going to come to the later rounds myself. So
yeah, for me, in my opinion, Dave Chafee's side pressure is the strongest in the world, and I don't see the match is not going to this way at the start. But the question, will it end at the pad or it will stop somewhere and Dave losing his wrist and then Revas continues pulling? I don't know about that one. Like, but I see if it's strap, because Dave's incredible side pressure, the match moving that way. But who knows?
Yeah.
But if we just simply compare, for example, matches when Artem Morozov pulled with Zaranov, so he was able to hold him in a first round. Nevertheless, when Morozov pulled Dave Chafee, so Dave Chafee like flash pinned him 2 times.
You said Morozov and Zaranov? You meant Revas?
Revas, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so, say again from the beginning, because my mind went there. Like how did that?
Yeah, so I mean, when Morozov fighted with Revas Lutidze, so in the first round he was able to hold him. Yeah, from the first round he hooked him.
What do you mean hold him?
I mean, he hooked him, and in the first round, it was like a real battle. Nevertheless,
I mean, Morozov almost lost the match, and he came very near to the pad.
But when Morozov had a match with Dave Chaffee, so Dave Chaffee, as far as I remember, he pinned him like 2 rounds.
Yeah, but just remember this way: Morozov went directly inside with Revaz, but Dave Chaffee is not gonna go inside. So Dave Chaffee will go outside and side pressure, and Revaz will go fully outside. So, like Morozov and Dave will be attacking. They attack different places. Morozov attacked to arm of Revaz, while Dave Chaffee will mostly pronating and moving sideways. I'm not comparing the strength, but I'm just trying to say that they won't be doing the same style. Mushahid, how do you see this match?
Sir, I think Dave Chaffee is heavy favorite in this match.
Heavy favorite, okay. Tell us.
Yes, because his side pressure will be too much for Revaz Latutse. So I think Revaz will top roll him, and they will get a slip, and in the straps, Dave Chaffee will be, I think, hard for Revaz.
And Dave is gonna flash pin him, like dominate him 3 times in a row.
Yeah, he will dominate him. And even if Revaz try to pronate him in the defensive top roll position like this, then I think it will immediately go for a press.
Okay, so you are saying that if Revaz somehow stops him on his brachii radialis and pronator, and then Dave Chaffee will go and then press him like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a possibility, because even Hermes had very hard time once Dave Chaffee did that. But what saved Hermes was his ability to go behind and shoulder press. Let's see if we are still learning. All these matches are happening, like we are learning. We just find out that Irakli can deadlift press John Bursing, we found out that Hermes can go this way against Levan. So more they pull, more we will find out new things. And let's go last 2 matches, Matt. Irakli, Zrakashvili, Kedirgali, Ongarbev.
That's going to be an interesting one too. Both of them are on fire lately. Like Irakli really starting to impress me. His last couple matches compared to what I think he was actually capable of. The kid's the real deal. Both of them are really impressive. They're really impressing the hell out of me. I don't really know what direction that match is going to go. I know I'm excited to watch it just because I don't know where it's going to go, because both of them, both performances by both of these men in the last couple of matches has been pretty fucking impressive. So yeah.
You are team 50-50 or?
I'm 50-50, 100% on the fence on which direction this match is going to go. So
yeah, most of the people are thinking that Ongarbev is the favorite. Most of the people are thinking this way.
Yeah, and I could see why people may be thinking that, just because he was able to beat John a little quicker than Irakli was able to beat John. But at the same time, too, I don't think John was 100% healthy when he pulled. I don't think he was 100% healthy when he pulled either of them. Mm-hmm. I think he was struggling a little bit with congestion or whatever, and breathing, which definitely pays a huge fucking part, especially when you get into a stamina match like what they had. But I honestly, I don't know who's going to win. If I was to be a bet man and I had to make a choice, I don't think I'd be able to give you a choice. I'd give you one choice, and 30 seconds later, it'd be a completely different choice 30 seconds after that.
I have a question for you. Were you impressed by Ongarbev's performance? Not only the strength, but tactical and timing and everything when he pulled against Michael?
kind of knew he was capable of doing that, just with how he had performed in other matches in the past. So no, I wasn't completely blown away by his performance, because Anglebayev was by far the smallest dude in the fucking PAL when they were doing the top 8, and he was banging with fucking monsters, and his cool, calm composure the whole time, poker face throughout every fucking match.
Yeah.
So it didn't, honestly, I wasn't surprised by it at all. I wasn't surprised by it. So.
And Ivan?
You know, for me, Kadir Gali, he's very universal arm wrestle. So even if he lose like first round with Zerakashvili, yeah, so he will try something else in a second round. So if I would have to bet, I would bet like 3-1 for Kadir Gali.
Kadir Gali, yeah. There is one guy is asking, what does Matt think about Jordan Sone? My friend, just watch the podcast from the beginning. At the beginning of the podcast, he said everything. We don't want to repeat everything again. Sean sent me another super chat. Thank you, my friend. Put some raw carbon between Dave and Reva's hands, and then sell the diamonds when they are done pulling.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the last one. Devon Larat versus Gennady Kvikminia.
Well, obviously, you know who I'm going for. So
No, that's not what I am asking.
I gotta stand behind my boy, right?
Listen. Can you give us an objective opinion or not?
I honestly, my technical opinion, I really do believe that Devon is going to pull this one off, just like he has the other one. But I do believe Gennady poses way more of a threat to Devon than Prudnik did. Yeah. I really do believe that.
But we will see after.
And it's not so much that Gennady's willing to fight him a lot more. I believe Gennady's aggression and Gennady's explosiveness is what's going to probably cause Devon a lot more issues. So
yeah.
Like Prudnik is a lot smarter, a lot smoother, a lot more technical arm wrestler. Gennady's more like a fucking raging Hulk, just coming at you. I'm going to hit you in this angle. If that don't work, I'm going to hit you in that angle. He's going to hit Devon in 8 different angles in that first match, and every fucking one of them is going to be with aggressiveness, right? So,
Matt, you said that Gennady is going to be harder, but we will see a different Devon as well. I don't think that Devon is going to come as he came for Prudnik. And another thing.
Well, no, that's the thing. You're not going to have a Devon cutting from 265 pounds down to 253 pounds pulling Gennady.
He's coming with 280. He will be minimum.
You're going to 280 fucking, that's going to be an understatement. Devon's going to be coming into that match, I guarantee you, at the least 285 to 290 pounds.
He told me he will be between 275 to 80, not less than. I think he's now 270 and 275 to 80. This is what he told me yesterday or a few days ago. I don't remember. We often talk, video chat.
You still believe everything that guy says, or what?
Anyway, but what I'm just saying, you said Prudnik is smarter than Gennady, but you being smart doesn't really mean much against Devon, because you aren't gonna be smarter than that guy. You need to be smarter, and it's very hard. It's very hard. Yeah. And you need to be trickier. It's also very hard. So, but that is why Gennady, what he has is more dangerous. And the thing is, like, I see only one way. I don't know who's gonna win. I have no, but like, you remember when John and Devon pulled, he came first round very near to the pad, and he was like maybe 3 inches from the pad.
Yeah.
And then he brought back. So, and almost something similar with Rudnick match, first round. And if Devon stop him here, what Gennady will do will not be same as John. Because I heard directly from Devon that he said if John didn't miss the moment and he switched to the shoulder pressure, he could have pressed him. And what Gennady can do there at that point, trust me, something almost double of what Prudnik can do, and probably minimum 60-70% more than what like he can really hit you.
Well, yeah, like heel.
Yeah. And then you are
Punches.
open arm, and often Devon goes there under, and then this will result a foul. He needs to stay here. If he stays here, there is a possibility his elbow to come off or his hand to come. So that is the only way I see. I don't see, it's not my place, Gennady top rolling. Devon, I don't see Gennady hooking, but I see round one, the match to come that point. And that is the only dangers personally I see. Other than that, if Devon stops him and then Gennady cannot do anything there, in my opinion, it will be very hard.
Yeah. And that's what I meant by the explosiveness from Gennady, not so much as explosiveness just off the go, but throughout the whole fucking match. Even if the match stops, he's bang, 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 bang. Like he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop attacking, right? And with the way John pulled him, John's more steady pressure, steady going. Different. And when you get into a position, I believe, like when Devon gets in, if Gennady can bang, 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 it could hurt you, right? Like it could. It actually hurts. You know what I mean? And if it's starting to hurt Devon and he goes to make an adjustment when Gennady's hitting him again, that could be the one or two, right? So,
yeah. So I don't know, but if anyone says that Gennady doesn't have any chance to win, I disagree with that. But
I think Gennady poses more of a threat to Devon out of every match that Devon has had in the last couple of years besides Lamont.
Yeah.
Out of every opponent Devon has faced, I've been thinking for a long time Gennady is a bad motherfucker for Devon. I think the worst setup, the worst match he would have against somebody would be against somebody like Hermes. I think Hermes opposes the biggest threat to Devon besides LeBron. But right behind fucking Hermes, I would put Gennady as giving Devon a really, really tough go. Even Morozov. Morozov and Devon, that's a match I'd like to see too. I think that one was it.
Did you hear what Morozov said?
What's that?
Morozov said that, I said, like, would you pull Devon? And he said, like, he would beat him easy. He said, and you think that, but are you not afraid that, he would, if he stops you, and then he will start talking with you? And he said that he is gonna hold him and he will talk with Devon. And I said, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? He said he's gonna tell Devon, tell me I am the greatest. Well, I said, are you gonna say that in English? He said, yeah, he's gonna say in English. I don't know.
Everybody thinks they can do that. I remember Prudnik said he was going to do the same thing to him too, right?
Can I ask you something? After you saw Morozov losing Prudnik, and then later beating Dave Sheffy in August, and then Revaz in November, do you think that this guy is, because he is young, he's progressing?
I think not only because he's young, he's progressive, but I think because he's fucking smart. I think whatever it was that he lost to when he pulled Prudnik, he turned around and he went back and he's adjusted the hell out of him, right? Yeah. Like he's not so much because he's young, he's versatile, he's got the drive. The guy lives in the fucking gym. You know what I mean? Like he's very smart too. Like he's not a stupid puller. He's not just young and fucking full of brawn. Like Morozov is the real fucking deal. Like after I pulled him with the left arm, I had went up to him and I said, man, I guarantee you within the next 2-3 years, if you carry on the way you are, you will be number one in the world. And it didn't even take that fucking long. Like right now, he's number one in the world, I think, with his fucking left arm. Like in my eyes, he definitely is.
And with right arm, he's a threat for many people. Many people. Like, I mean, this guy, and he said, I asked him, where are you now compared to your last Revaz match? Remember, Revaz match was his fourth competition in 9 months. Over and over and over and over. He got minor injuries and he got tired and this. And now he has been resting and training, and he's fully healthy and still young, growing. He said he is already easily 20% stronger than that. And he is planning to be much stronger till July when he faces Saginashvili. But Saginashvili is, yes, he's incredible, but he's the best. He's the king. There's no doubt. But after Hermes proved that Saginashvili is still human. Superhuman, but still human. Yeah, he believed it. Yeah, he believed it. And I told this to Levan as well, that, you know, the sharks smell that blood. And, yeah. So they are coming. I told this to Levan as well. And he said he is aware of it. And today, did you see that Morozov is lifting 300 kilo deadlift?
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah. And he's a tall guy, you know, for tall guy, you know, he did 300 kilo. And I tagged Levan Saginashvili. And he said, let me see what he said. He said, he kind of didn't take so seriously. And he said, good power lifter. So he meant that is not going to help him at the table, you know. And yeah, and so I don't think that Morozov is coming there for paycheck. Morozov is also one of those guys that running after dreams. Yeah. So he's coming there to prove something. I'm not sure if he can do or not, but he is coming there. I believe in dreams. When you have dream, you're gonna do great things. When you don't have dream, you are limited. You're very limited. Yeah. So you are saying that Devon is gonna win, but it's gonna be a very hard match.
I think the first 2 rounds are going to be the toughest for him, and then after that, it's just gonna, as it gets later and later, it's going to be more and more convincing for Devon.
But I
think the first 2 are going to be the toughest. I think Gennady may actually even take the first one. So I think Gennady has potential to crack him the first freaking round. And then, and Gennady's the type of person, once he gets that momentum behind him, he almost gains more momentum, right?
Yeah.
So I think the first round is going to be Devon's toughest. I think the second round is still going to be a hell of a fucking battle for him. And Gennady may even take the second round too. But I think that's where it's really going to start to twist and turn into Devon's favor. So especially as he has more experience with him, because he doesn't have any experience with Gennady. See, when he pulled Prudnik, they fucked around on the table for like a month and a half, 2 months before he pulled Prudnik. You know, he had an idea on where Prudnik's strengths and everything were. He's going into this not knowing a fucking thing about Gennady, where he's actually physically felt him before, right? And I think that poses a little more of a threat to Devon as opposed to someone that he's actually felt before, right?
I understand. And Mushahid, how do you see this match?
Well, I'm agree with Matt that the longer it match goes, definitely it will favor Barrett. But Gennady is also a warrior, and his hits are not normal. But it depends on, I think, Devon's absorption. If he is able to absorb those hits of Gennady, then he could stop him.
And Matt, do you think that is there any possibility Devon to stonewall Gennady?
Like stonewall him?
Yeah, right from the start. You know, maybe a little bit moving,
Like,
but not like.
that's the thing. Devin's starting to get better and better at staying tighter where he's not opening up as much. There could be a possibility if he does. I think it's going to be him coming more on top of him as opposed to wrenching him out this way, right?
Yeah. And do you agree that if Devon goes inside with Gennady, he may have another tattoo on his bicep?
No, I don't think.
What Levan said. It's what Levan said.
Yeah. Well, them Georgians are biased, eh?
Yeah.
We've already discussed this earlier that the Georgians are very biased.
and you are not, right?
What's that?
And you are not?
No, I'm giving you my honest to God opinion.
Yeah. Not so patriotic, even though
I'm biased. I'm biased when it comes to who I want to win, but I'll still give you my honest opinion when it comes to how I think a match could unroll.
Yeah. And Ivan, how do you see about this match?
But first of all, I would like to ask you, but honestly, what do you think? I mean, if really Devon will hook Gennady, so how do you see it?
You are asking me or Matt?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, I mean, it totally depends. In a fresh round or later round. Fresh round, no good idea. But after, if he exhausts Gennady a little bit, soften him, then the things may be different. So, but fresh round, I wouldn't go there.
So do you see that it can be? Do you see that it can be like the same situation as it was with Prudnik when Devon hooked him in late rounds? Do you think it can happen?
I mean, Devon didn't go directly. It was the second start of the first round, and I think he was already exhausted. But still, even if it was like right from the beginning, like I don't think that Devon is behind Prudnik even inside. So it would be maybe more damaging. Maybe Prudnik would win one barely, but second round is still, I don't think that like the arm would go. He would stop him better positions. But with Gennady, it's different animal. Just remember, guys, I mentioned this all the time, but a different Gennady will come there. When you are pulling Devon Larat, you are pulling against the biggest star. I'm not saying the number one guy in the world. Yeah, in 115 years, but not super heavyweight, but biggest star. That's the truth, you know. Over a million, you know, fans on his social media, and the guy is, I don't know, like most charismatic and just like best ambassador, you know. We like him or we don't like him, like, and you are pulling against him. You are, trust me, trying to prove something there, and it's your opportunity. And Gennady is coming in his best ever shape, best ever, and it was going so friendly until Devon said that Gennady will be like a cow with all four legs cut, that, you know, trying to move on the floor, you know, when he, you know, finally brings the game to the endurance game. And Gennady didn't like that. Devon left the podcast, but Gennady started talking. He said, this became personal. He said, this became personal. And so
he has a way of making every match personal, doesn't he, Devon?
Yeah, Devon, yeah. And he likes it. He likes to do that because I feel more Devon has experienced highest level of adrenaline in his life. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So he really wants to feel threatened to perform and bring best of him out. And this is what I understand. This is what I understand, that he really wants to make things more personal so that he can perform better. But in this case, he also has another psychopath at the other side of the table. So it will be fun.
Mhm.
Okay, Ivan, we cut you. You ask my opinion about something. Now you give your own opinion.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think that it will be like the biggest match of Gennady's life. I mean, of his entire career. So I see that weights with which he is working is really huge. But I'm not totally objective regarding this match, because I'm huge fan of Devon, and for me it is I don't see Devon losing this match because I'm huge fan of him, but I think that it will be also the most difficult match for him. I mean, we are not talking about Levan's match, but it will be a real deal for him.
Yeah, I think this is Levan was one level above.
Yeah,
but this is the same level, and small details will make the results this way or that way. Anyways, Matt, thank you very, very much for being our guest, my friend, and I wish you the best, and I really hope that you will be successful. And
we'll be talking soon in person again. Hey.
What's that?
We'll be talking in person again soon.
Yes,
6 months or so.
I would love to. Seriously, like I mean it 100%. I want to see you on that stage, my friend.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to prove that's where I belong. So.
Yeah, I understand. And Ivan, thank you, my friend. Thank you. You want to say anything lastly?
Yeah, guys, I would also like to thank you for the opportunity to talk with you, to talk with stars like Matt Mask and like you, Engin, because you are also star of arm wrestling. I'm really satisfied, and my dream right now is to meet together with you in Turkey during East versus West, and I think that my target is in a year we will meet. You will see.
I hope so, my friend. I hope so. Thank you for being our guest. And Mishai?
Sir, thank you so much. I am very thankful to you for providing us this opportunity to talk with you guys. And it's like a dream, seriously.
Yeah.
Talking to
Thank
you. Next. It's,
Thank you, my friend, for being our guest.
And thank you so much for giving us these dream matches. Like before some time, we only dream about matches like these, which you are providing in East versus West. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy. That's my biggest motivation, my friend. When the community and fans, they appreciate, I want to do more. When I see haters and toxic people, drama queens are just, whenever I see that they are growing, I am like, okay, maybe it's not worth, maybe I should just stop, because I'm a retired person. And then
that's when you know you're doing something right.
You think?
I think so, yeah. I
know what I am doing is right, but like, if you're appreciated, you want to do more. Like the other day when I was chatting with John on WhatsApp, he told me some things. Whenever I read, like I was like almost like, okay, stop, John. I'm so much motivated. I need to do something more. Yeah, so that's good. Whenever I hear Devon, whenever I hear people like you, Ron, and then whenever I see community, and then I want to do more and more. But whenever I see that with the first opportunity that they just like create fake accounts and troll accounts, or people that who follows them sends them to my chat and then throw shit all the time, and I'm like, maybe not, maybe they are happy with their dramas in the community, maybe the providing this kind of level of matches, maybe that's not what they need, and then like we will see. I am a little bit dismotivated, but we will see.
Yeah, listen to the masses, right? The masses are speaking positive, so
yeah.
There's always going to be a few people that try to speak louder than everybody else just because they want to be heard too, right? So
time will show. My friend.
The masses are on your side. So
I hope so. If it is the case, then I will continue, my friend. We will see. I have some promises about some matches. I for sure will organize them, and then I will see the reaction, and then I will decide. We will see. Anyways,
you've given all us diehard arm wrestlers something to strive for again. So
I love
we
it.
hope
I
you
love
don't
it.
ever stop.
Yeah, I love it, my friend. When I try to reach a level that top elite arm wrestlers can make living out of arm wrestling, so they can really say I'm a professional arm wrestler. That's what I try to do, and that is why from the first pay-per-view event to the last pay-per-view event, the prize money is 2.5 times more. It's not because I'm growing and I'm keeping something. Still up to this day, I borrow money so that, you know, I can push, you know, so that community will enjoy and the athletes would make money. That's my goal, you know, so that this is what we deserve. It's not I'm giving favor or something to anyone. This is what they deserve. If also this kind of money is involved, it is because of these athletes. Those are our superstars. People want to watch them. It's not because they want to watch me or something. Maybe if I put, maybe some people will want to watch me too. But what I'm just saying, these people deserve, and they deserve more. We are not even a quarter of what we should be. We have a lot of things to do, but some people wants to spend this positive energy with very unnecessary things. You know? Understand? I hope it is not gonna be the common thing. I hope that, you know, pure arm wrestling and hardcore arm wrestling will be the one to choose, not the dramas. You know? We will see.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much once again, Matt. It was great to see you, and hope to see you. Hopefully, where? October.
We'll chat soon. Yeah, October.
Yeah. Yeah. Take care, guys. Take care.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Later, guys. Nice meeting you. Good chatting with you. So stay strong.